So hi, I should be on as always. Anyway, I wanna I did some event in Monstad, including the fighting and the drink, the mixology, and I wanna I did the I believe first and second like event in the bubble with Nicole, which I had to find like the incorrect simulation inside the bubble, which is we like revisiting the event which we started with. So I did that, and now I started the third simulation, and they showed us how Mondstadt would look if we didn't help Dvalin and didn't purify him and break the curse of Abyss. And now we are with Venti, and here inside the bubble simulation there is huge corruption, which we find fight the rift wolves. And now we are trying to connect with Nicole, and we have to find our company, which is Diluk, Varka, then who's there? I don't know if Fischl, previously Fischl played Fatui Harbinger. And Venti basically said that if Tsaritsa just ask and give a good reason, he would just give it to her, but guessed she was really angry that her lover was dead and the Archon didn't help her. Oh, and I wanted to say that Venti said that he wake up, right? Like after or we arrived, and he said that not that he said, but I was wondering if he's cursed, because I think he is cursed, and that's why he was slumber. I think it's because we can see that he's avoiding to use his Archon power, which he does not really have. You get more power the longer you are the Archon, right? But I think that's the reason why he really did not use it and helping his people, because he would be restricted for something he did in the past. I guess that's his cursed, I believe, but we still don't know why. Maybe he helped someone. Maybe we will find out in next version, which dormant board will be released, and I'm really excited for that. Anyway, let's continue, and I hope you can hear me okay, because when I tested my mic I didn't hear myself in my headphones, so I hope it's okay, the sound. But let's continue. It seems more like an alternative version of events, and I have some idea of how it come to be, sorry. And here is Monstad looks like in bad shape. The city crawling with abyssal monsters. Not sure what happened, but the rest of our group might need backup. Let's find them first. Look, it's Dvalin. Is it just Paimon, or does he look way worse than back then? You're right, the corruption has spread through his entire body. Oh, and he was shedding tears behind him, which were red, full of the abyssal corruption. The tears are essentially crystallizations of abyssal power. If left unchecked, they will continuously summon abyssal monster, and this disaster will never end. So as Dvalin is flying and shedding tears, those tears like basically summon the abyssal monsters. Travel can purify, knowing this degree of corruption cannot be cleansed. Beside, we need them in their corrupted state if we want to summon Dvalin. I doubt the pure sound of lyre can reach him in this current state. Sounds like this will end up in confrontation. Yes, I wasn't certain before the Valiant showed up, but now I'm sure the situation is more than simple chaos. Yeah, how this came to be, Vante. We should find our companions first.
Well, monsters abound no matter where we look. You choose
Wait.
where to...
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
What's
Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
Oh,
Is this
sorry.
level okay?
You choose where to go and I will follow. Okay. So, and wait, on this trial. You used the new artifact set. Okay. Here is Nicole, I guess. Ask Nicole for help. Oh. Why is only Venti? Again, please. Thank you. And okay. Okay.
Let's play! Here we go! Yeah! Yeah! Let's play! Time for takeoff!
I saw Nicole here. Oh my, really? Okay. Oh. Where can they be? I guess logical. Oops.
Yeah. 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 Huh. Yeah. Think you can get away? Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Oof. At least he's out of the way. I hope.
Here we go. Ha, yeah. Ha, ha. Let's play.
This way. What about Angel's share?
Yeah.
Oops.
Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff. Yahoo! Let's play. Ha. Ha. Yahoo! Ha. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Brace yourselves. Ha. Yeah.
Like it's not a big help.
I'm not in the mood for this. Wouldn't gliding be faster?
So where to go? Go collect tears. Oh, finally they look.
Over there.
That I guess he can manage.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Oh,
Think you can get away?
Made it. Thanks for the assist. It looks like Monstad is in dire straits. Did you see any knights or civilians on the way here?
no.
And my initial suspicion could be right. The knights have abandoned the city and evacuated all civilians to a different location.
abandon the city?
In the face of unrelenting abyssal attacks, it's possible they had no other choice. But none of that matters now. An empty city has its advantages. We won't need to divert our attention to protecting civilians, for one. Oh, and this thing. It looks like one of Dervalin's tears. I don't feel good about just leaving it here.
That happens to be just what we were hoping to find. Let's take it with us.
Wait, what about Varka? Have you seen him?
No, I'm not sure where he is. We'll just have to keep looking.
Okay.
I think I saw Jean on the other side of the city. I was going to head over after clearing out these monsters. We should go help her.
Good idea.
Severely. Okay. Severely contaminated teardrop. From the valley completely consumed by the abyss. The state of this tear reveals that the Dwellin in the story is beyond hope of healing. Oh no. Do we have everything?
Your verdict is?
Yahoo! Time for takeoff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Does he have Hexen Circle? Oh, which reminds me, I have to also do Varka
Wouldn't gliding be
quest.
faster?
Hexen Circle thing with
Wouldn't
him,
gliding be faster?
which is here. I think I didn't. Oh, I did. Really? Oh, wait, was it in Not Cry, with the Andreas and Roland story, like,
Huh?
I believe. Wait, where is Gina? Here. Oh, wait. Where is Jean? Oh, here. Great.
Look, it's Jean!
Oops. You know what I really like about Jean?
Let's play!
Thanks for the help. I know everything we encounter in this bubble is imaginary, but these monsters sure fight like the real thing. It's a bit too true to life.
Don't worry. As long as we collect Dvalin's tears, we can use this abyssal power to our advantage.
I see. In that case, let's get moving.
Have you seen Varka, by the way? We haven't found him yet.
No, he might be at the upper levels. Let's search together.
Better to find him soon than later. The Grandmaster is an exceptional warrior, but this is the abyss we're dealing with. You can never be too careful.
So let's find him. I cleared this out already. What about here? Oh, here is some monsters.
Brace yourselves. Think you can get away?
Ha!
Great. Now.
Ha! Ha! Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Burn! Ha!
Can I go inside? Okay. Then why is it here even? Like the monsters in front of. Where is Varka?
Huh? What happened? The statue's broken!
The Grandmaster should be over there. Come on, let's hurry.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Oh no. But let's see.
We're here to help.
Perfect timing. Let's do this. Ha! 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 Your verdict is?
Wind, hear me. Ha, ha, ha. Ha!
Burn! Thunder!
Beware of hungry dog.
Up the ante!
not used to using like fifth.
Looks like we're all back together. Everyone in one piece?
Yes. The honorary knight arrived just in time to help us out.
Now that we've collected Dvalin's tears, the monster attacks appear to be easing up too. I'm sure you've noticed, Varka, but the city is pretty much a ghost town at this point.
Yeah, we should get out of here. No sense wasting our strength.
This place should be safe from monster attacks for now, at least.
Anyone there? The communication function bugged out again. Do you copy? It's me, Nicole. Alice just got back too.
Yeah, we can hear you now. What's going on?
When designing this experience, we cut out the part where the traveler cleanses the abyssal power, and we didn't think to replace it with a different sequence of events. I think what we're witnessing is a direct result of that.
Oh. Basically, they showing us different reality, I guess. Different space, which this happened, but how... Like, which is creating worlds, spaces, same like Asmodee, which we saw in the trailer, like with the shining shades, the many like spaces of Asmodee were like different realities, and how is this like, you know, different?
Alice and I thought the events in the bubble would be independent from each other. But since the magic is contained in one place, it appears a casual link has formed between all the events within it. And so, because Dvalin was never purified, we've encountered a major bug.
I knew it. So, what we're witnessing now is like an alternate version of events where the honorary knight never appeared in Mondstadt.
Wait, but even if the traveler never showed up, you could have done something, right, Venti?
The Abyss is a far greater enemy than one person can face. I could have handled that specific situation, sure, but it wouldn't have gone quite so well. If I'm not mistaken, you've seen how that version of the story goes yourself, right, Varka? Through the mage's scryglass?
Yeah, it was a kind of prophecy. It felt so real, I doubt I could ever forget it. In the end, you were able to seal Dvalin away, but you were wounded in the process.
But if Dvalin was sealed, how did things get to this point?
Because a seal doesn't solve the root problem. Over time, the Abyss would just grow stronger and stronger, deteriorating Dvalin's consciousness until there was nothing left.
Wait, does that mean what we saw earlier was...
It seemed like we fight in Atlan, the Pyro Dragon, which is not real Pyro Dragon, but like is basically shade without consciousness, without will, without soul. And the same is the case like inside Andreas, where like we fight the, oh my gosh, oh my god, no, where we fight Roland, which also wasn't like himself, but his like shadow, where Abyss consume everything and nothing left, just...
The aftermath of Dvalin breaking free from the seal. That's right. He is in dire straits. The power of the abyss has fused with his flesh and bones. Purifying him now in this state is no different than sentencing him to death.
So, if we want to resolve this crisis,
We have to kill Dvalin.
No.
I know that sounds intense, but remember, this is a fictional world. The real Dvalin is right as rain and a lot more mellow than this one, that's for sure. We have our solution, so let's hop to it. Should be a piece of cake for a group like this.
I hope not.
No time to lose, right? We've got Klee waiting for us after all.
She's playing somewhere else right now, so we do have some time. Of course, the sooner we resolve this, the better.
You're right. This is the only way.
I know Dvalin means a lot to you. If this is too hard, you can leave it to us, you know? No need to scar yourself over a game, right?
I'll be fine. I was prepared for that possibility back then, too. Let's go. Storm Terror's lair awaits.
Oh, and also we discovered that the seal in the Stone Terror.
This is it. Ready, everyone?
More than.
of course. I just hope I learned a thing or two since the first time around.
Ha! Guess I'm the newbie, huh? Good thing I'm a quick learner then.
What about you, Traveler? This was your first big fight in Teyvat. Were you nervous back then? How about now?
I'm not nervous. We've all grown a lot since then. We overcame this challenge once, and we can do it again.
Paimon believes in you!
Then let the mournful cries of this lyre, tainted and defiled, summon a familiar now utterly warped.
Wife.
You alright, Barbados?
Turning the surging abyss into musical notes is no simple task. But how could I claim to be the finest bard in Teyvat if I didn't rise to the occasion?
I have heard enough.
What was that? Like, I'm so curious.
This hulking dragon is as intimidating as ever!
Remember, we need to wear him down first before we can attack his weak spot. Yeah. Let's play.
Oh my, I forgot about this attack.
Time to switch positions.
And I certainly don't remember this one.
Yahoo! Here we go.
Burn!
Now's our chance. Climb up and attack the abyssal core.
Maria sweeping in!
Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
Ha!
Barbados, guide us.
Nice job! One more to go!
Oh my.
Yeah.
Burn!
Brace yourself.
Ha! 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 Burn! Up the ante! Charge!
I swear by my sword.
Here we go. Think you can get away?
Time for retribution! Ha! Ha!
Come on.
Oh boy! He's Superman now!
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Brace yourselves.
Burn! Sunder! Up the ante! Ha!
Yahoo! Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves. Ugh, that was uncalled for. Here we go.
Ha! Your verdict is?
Barbados, guide us.
Burn! Sunder! Up the ante!
On me. That's gonna leave a scar.
Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Ha! Burn! Up the ante! Maria sweeping in!
Come on.
I swear by my sword.
Ha! Ha!
Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
Burn! Sunder!
Huh? Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Up the ante! Burn! Up the ante!
Oof.
Gene.
I hope Traveler will save him. Even in this state. This is what?
Devouring, you're here!
I follow the liar's song, wherever it leads.
Thank you. Looks like the mage's tale isn't over yet.
Might not be a happy ending, but someone's got to strike the final blow.
It's your turn to be the hero.
I'll take knight over hero any day.
La la la!
Oh my gosh. The bubble crisis is resolved without incident, while Alice and Nicole fix the flaws in the magic to prevent any recurrence of the problems. I mean, the hole in the window is way too small for Dvalin to, you know. Cree doesn't notice a thing and embarks on a relaxing adventure alongside her mother and Nicole. Now the only issue left for the night to resolve might be the window Dvalin broke.
Looks like it was a happy ending after all. It was kinda like a choo-choo car ride. It had its fun moments and its thrills. All in all, Paimon had a great time.
Guess it wasn't without some collateral damage, though. Sorry about the window, Jean.
It's fine. As long as the building itself is intact, I consider that a win. I'll arrange for the window to be replaced at a later date. In any case, we were lucky Dvalin arrived when he did. It would have been tricky to deal with a flying opponent otherwise.
I suppose I could have created a gust of wind to whisk us up, but I'm not sure our gliders would have survived the process.
Honestly, after everything we faced, I can't believe Alice still decided to bring Klee in there to play. She's a daring one, that's for sure. I mean, can we be certain there aren't other bugs that just haven't cropped up yet?
I suppose that speaks to the confidence the mages have in their magical mastery.
If I know Alice, the whole bubble could have been blown to bits, and Klee still wouldn't have had a single scratch.
Her abilities do speak for themselves, I suppose.
So, what now? Anyone down for a drink? My treat.
Sounds like a great idea. But tonight it's on me. I happen to have a bottle of fine wine set aside just for the expedition team.
Haha, even better. Count me in.
Say no more! You had me at fine wine.
All right, let's head over to my place then. You're coming too, right, Jean?
Ooh.
I'm afraid not. There's still a lot of work to do.
So what? The world's not gonna end if you push it off? Come on, we never get a chance like this.
I suppose that wouldn't be a problem if you head back to headquarters with me after we're done and help make up the work.
On second thought, how about you just join us when you're done with that? What about you, Honorary Knight? Gonna tag along?
I've still got question for Alice. I'll wait for her to get back from her adventures.
Okay, all's well that ends well, am I right? To the bar!
Ah, poor Jean.
Alice loves going to the library. Let's wait for her there.
Like,
Oh, looks like it's been fixed already.
so quick, huh? I wanted to say, like, we still don't know, we didn't get confirmation that Dvalin is the sovereign. Like, he is elemental life form, dragon, but he's not sovereign.
Ah, that explains the loud noise I heard outside. So it was Dvalin who fell into the river.
Considering his size, the fact that he broke a single window and not the entire wall seems like a feat of magic in itself.
Exactly.
Thanks for helping with the repairs, you two. This place looks as good as new now.
Does that count as a great feat of alchemy then?
That's all we got. Oh, and is it me or did we get like new view from the window? Like, I remember the view was way worse. Anyway, I'm gonna do echoes of memories. Oh, one is still remaining. Great. But let's go to see Alice.
Please be quiet within the premises and refrain from making a racket.
Where is she?
Looking for me? I'm glad. I wanted to thank you for helping me keep my promise to Klee. She had a splendid time in the bubble. Nicole came with us to make sure all was in order and prevent any similar incidents from happening in the future. You live and you learn. It's rare, but even the Dodo King isn't immune to a small slip-up here and there, I suppose.
So, it's all fixed?
Yes, quite. The recording work is done as well, so now all we have to do is play it on loop. It should be smooth sailing from here on out. Anyone and everyone can now enjoy the bubble at their leisure. Nicole will keep an eye on them, of course.
The disaster we experienced, that was fate before we change it, right?
I wouldn't put it quite like that. It was more like a fate that will not come to pass.
Because they would stop it like X and Zergle.
Huh? What's the difference between the two?
Let us not forget, the courageous dragon slayer in the story? Well, in real life, he had already left on an expedition to Nodcry at that time.
So is Varka something like the sender? Like, did you saw the sword he used? It was similar to Travelers.
Of course, that doesn't mean Dvalin would have escaped his destined death, for another hero would have come along and paid a painful price for victory.
Like another descender?
But what we saw in the bubble was what happened after Dvalin broke free from the seal. So, couldn't Varka have been back by then?
Dear Paimon, you're free to ponder such questions yourself, of course, but it's of little use to ask them aloud. Word to the wise, do not lose sleep over all those what-ifs, over the fates that will not come to pass. It's an exercise in futility. Those who can observe fate see both the good and the bad of what could have happened. But all that matters is what did happen. Those alternate fates are nowhere near as important as the world that exists in the here and now.
Alright.
I don't get it. There's something else. The abyssal power inside the bubble was far too real.
Ah, you're saying it was as if the bubble itself had become contaminated.
Yes.
I suppose some gunk could have stuck to my luggage while I was wandering the border and got mixed into my magic without me noticing.
Sure.
Just kidding. I would never be so careless. Your intuition is spot on, Traveler. What developed in the bubble was a nascent form of abyssal power that, if left unchecked, would evolve into the real thing.
What? So it didn't come from outside? It just appeared out of thin air?
Maybe it's because they use something really special to simulate the future event. And like it's automatically, it's like not corrupted, but has it itself?
The abyss is perilous, cunning, dangerous, obsessive, and most infuriating of all, a complete and utter mystery. I'm sure you've seen for yourself how complex it can be. The Hexen Zircle has been observing its energies for a long time, and I think Barbalot's interpretation is the most accurate. The essence of the abyss lies in the hatred carried by all the fates that will not come to pass.
So it's environmental. Because she insisted you, I think that it's there from the very start of the being, I guess, of this world. The hatred carried by fate.
This world is filled with conflicting elements. That one thing should happen signifies that a different possibility has been eliminated.
But
these events can be small, almost trivial. I had Sweet Madame for lunch today, for instance. That means the Alice who chose tea break pancakes instead is no more. Of course, they can also be events that threaten the world, such as my friend Rhindotter's decision to tap into the abyss. In that instant, the tale of a future in which she remained pure was gone forever. So then, the question at the heart of it all is this. Why must these fates be the ones to disappear?
Paimon gets it! It's hatred that stems from not being chosen.
Precisely. The magic we wove this time involved recreating the past. However, some of the variables we added allowed a certain amount of these unchosen fates to come very, very close to reality.
But it seems that the case of these variables are like in spaces which Asmodee like operate, like the leaves or the bubbles, you know.
And thus, the abyss showed its teeth. Of course, much like always, it is not existence that it seeks, but the destruction of all. In the end, though, it wasn't a huge issue. Things like this happen on the border all the time.
The border, I see. No wonder the abyss is so full of hatred. Because it ceased to exist, some of the variables. I don't know, what if border is the... So basically she controls fate? Or what? Who is Alice?
It has quite the victim complex, that's for sure. It's obsessed with entering this world at all costs. And that is precisely why we must protect our lives and those of our loved ones. Because when you think about it, to exist in this world is to be a spark of luck amidst countless possibilities. How precious is that?
Having crossed swords with the abyss many times, I'm beginning to think along the same lines too. But it's what Traveler is, like he's the unknown variables, right?
Ah, Alice, you're here.
You're in big trouble.
I'm truly sorry about this, but per the regulations of the Knights of Favonius, I'm afraid I must send you to confinement.
Whatever for? Things turned out just fine with the magic bubble. Besides, if that's what this is about, shouldn't Nicole come along too?
It's not about the bubble. We received word that a number of fish have been injured as a result of explosions near Starfell Lake. As I'm sure you're well aware, fish blasting is strictly prohibited.
Oh dear. Run, Klee! Save yourself!
She's already inside.
Guess it's a day of first for the Dodo King, huh?
Oh, farewell, forever traveler. You shall never see me again.
Oh no, that was way too funny. Run, Klee, save yourself. Oh no. That's way too funny. Can I hear them?
Here, I'll draw him for you. Look, this is the bad guy who made a whole bunch of trouble for Daddy. It's all his fault Daddy couldn't make it back this time.
What? Who is it?
That big meanie. We should blow him up.
That's right, he is a big meanie. But thanks to the honorary knight and her friends, he's not going to be much trouble anymore.
How? Who?
Yay! The honorary knight is the best!
Thanks to the traveler, he's not. And her friends, he's not going to be much trouble anymore.
Hello. May the animal
I don't
Archon
sing for
protect
anyone
you.
in particular. Still, if someone stops to listen, I hope it provides a moment of peace all the same.
Before I will continue with this bubble, I wanna go check if I can find Varka a danger share. Oh, and the next version we should get in Dormant Port, the Devil's something tavern. Which I wonder if they look have some like rival.
Jules from Liyue, come take a look. If I take a back alley, I shouldn't get caught buying alcohol. Come in, take a seat.
Oh, this is the hazelnut. Eliška and Tunkas. That Varka, he's even more formidable than ever. I'm done. I'm never drinking with him again. Are you alright? Not about them. Remember, we need to do more to help little lady Gunhilda tomorrow. I will remember. Wait. No, not Nelson. Again, please. I'm done ever drinking with him. Are you alright? Don't worry, we are fine. Listen, kiddo. Take this as warning. Don't ever try to outdrink the Grandmaster. You won't win. I don't think he's even human. Hey, who are you calling kiddo? This is the honorary knight. Show some respect. Oh, my apologies. I'm not seeing straight right now. I didn't realize it was you, honorary knight. In fairness, all I really said is that you have a youthful glow, an energy and affability. There's something not quite right with these two. Maybe I should make an effort to be nice to drunken knights. Should I teach them a lesson? Have you two just returned to Monstad? That's right, we recently got transferred back. We haven't been working under little lady Gunhilda for long. We have waited so long for vacation, we thought we'd stop by and report to Varka. We only planned to buy him a couple of drinks, just a sign of respect, but that old dog outmaneuver outmaneuvered us. We can hardly ask little lady Gunhilda for a night off over something this. Looking at it now, it's all pretty shameful. We really messed up. We have to make this up to her. We will help handle all the training reports tomorrow. That way she will have a third less work to worry about. Little lady Gunhilda. I'm talking about the acting grandmaster Jane. A little lady Gunhilda. Everyone feels at ease when she's around. She's the daughter of Lady Frederica. It's quite sad to think about, actually. Back when she was knee-high, the grasshopper, she'd stand outside the door to the headquarters, holding some test papers or other with perfect score, waiting for Frederica to get off work. Then one day, even Frederica thought there was no need to be any more strict about her written grades. What was it she said? It's okay to make mistakes every once in a while. You don't always need to get such high scores. Otherwise, the other parents will make you an example to scold your friends. Cultivating a positive image in the hearts of your peers is something all knights need to be mindful of. So, in her next round of exams, little lady Gunhilda deliberately got one question wrong on every test. Just one question. Naturally, she was still top of the class. Where does the time go? It seems like only yesterday. It really does. Hopefully, if we do our best to help handle the groundwork, in other couple of years she might learn how to better conserve her energy. By that time, us two old-timers will be about ready to retire. With any luck, the youngsters coming through might possess half the drive and responsibility of little lady Gunhilda. Wow, didn't know. Like, I was confused a little bit. Who is the Gunhilda? And yeah, it's Jean. Poor Jean. Like, oh, and even Varka had some like stories about oh my gosh, Deluxe father. Corepus? No, what was his name? I think it was Corepus, but I'm not sure now. Yeah, Crepus. Like, he reminiscent out.
Ad
He
Astra.
became
Thank you for
knight. And
Ad Astra.
what he did as youngsters and had to repair the tower. And Crepus was there and it was nice. Like, you know, get some bits and pieces from the time where only comic was out. It was nice, really. And I guess we won't find Varka and others. But like I wish we would get this Falcon like simulator. It would be so cool get it as a free like not mini game, but you know like Assassin have their like bird to fly and like get a bird view and free roaming in the skies. I wish it would be here because it's so cool. Oh my gosh, it really is. Anyway, let's go inside. Let's continue with the echoes of memories. And let's go inside. After traversing the world, you have come to realize that vine and wind share the same horizon. And then I wanna check the horizon of the the dormant part. Like it should be behind Storm Terror Lair. Oh, okay. Let's find what's. Oh my gosh, no! No. So. I see there. Tortoise.
A tent tortoise? That shouldn't be here at all.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Rosaria is here. What are you guys doing here? And I still wonder if Dahlia is vampire.
Wow! I've never seen such a large turtle in my life. There was a time, back when I was little, when almost every child in Mondstadt had a turtle as a pet. It was quite the trend.
Wait, who was it? Was it Jean? Because she was role model to everyone, I guess. That's why.
Oh, yeah! Jean and Diluc mentioned that a long time ago.
I had one too, of course.
Quite the hassle to take care of. Small pets like that always are.
Wait, you had one too?
Is that so strange?
Oh, no, of course not.
What should we do with this tent tortoise?
I could bring it back to the church and raise it. It can stay behind the cathedral. I'll even build it a pool. Can't be too hard to raise, right? It looks like a tough cookie.
Not happening. The next thing you know, you'll have an invasive species on your hands.
So true.
Just tell that mage to put it back where she found it.
Guess that's for the best.
Can't be too hard to raise, right?
Not happening. The next thing you know, you'll have an invasive species on your hands.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Something wrong, Sucrose?
Oh, no. I was just looking for a piece of alchemy equipment we needed for the event.
This one is from the first, I believe, Dragonspine event with Albedo.
Master Albedo has always been careful with our costs. We maximize the use of every piece of lab equipment we have. So if something hasn't been used in a while, it's usually pretty old. Take this, for example. We've used it a few times before, but we found the effectiveness and ease of use somewhat lacking, so it was sidelined quite quickly. According to the mages, it was meant to be placed in the city, but it went missing after being tossed into the magic bubble. Luckily, I found it. I just don't know why it ended up here of all places.
Well, all that matters is that you found it in the end, right?
Well, great. Thank you so
Oops.
much.
Wait, what did you say, Paimon? We'll contact Nicole and get her to send it back to the right spot. Yeah, I believe it's from the first event in Dragonspine with Albedo. I think it was when he was released. Or second. Oh. This is from the archipelago. Smell the tea again.
Another tent? Huh. This one's kinda nostalgic too.
It's here because I refused to let that mage use my house as her playground. But we still needed an additional rest area for the guests, so we set up this tent instead.
Huh. Looks like we can use this device to keep in touch with the mages or get some hints. Kinda like we were able to do back then, remember?
Now that you mention it, the arrangement is almost identical.
Nights on vacation, summer, the sea, and a small little wave rider. It's all taking me back.
However, you're forgetting about the part where we were stranded on a deserted island and couldn't even make it across the water. That's...
Oh, I remember. At least I wasn't dead weight in that situation.
Fun times, huh? So, the mages prepared this stuff then. Guess we should take a picture and go check in with them.
Be my guest.
You know, the expedition in Nodcry is coming to an end, but knowing Grandmaster Varka, I imagine there will be another chance to set off in the near future. Not that I'm extending an invitation, I'm just mentioning the possibility, that's all.
Count me in.
That's our honorary knight. No matter the mission, you always have a place among our ranks.
Come talk to me when you do have an official invitation, then. I have other things to do in the meantime. The intel I have on hand is pulling me in 100 different directions, but unfortunately, time off isn't one of them.
That's a shame. I take vacation whenever I can get it, and it's still never enough. I'd visit the Golden Apple Archipelago again in a heartbeat.
For once, I feel the same.
Behind the winery, slightly to the side. Like where? Is it this? Oh my gosh, from Simolanka. This is Christopher Trabo. Cataclysm Apocalypse.
I heard this thing was terribly ineffective when first invented. You could only catch 10 in a week. Why, the research staff barely wanted to touch it, let alone improve it.
But for some reason, it gained traction among adventurers once it entered the market.
True, it takes time. It beats having to do it yourself, I suppose.
But there are so many crystal flies around here. Surely it's not that difficult to just do it the old-fashioned way?
It's a bit far, though. Just imagine how tiresome it was back in the day, having to come out here over and over again, and no gadget to help. Does that count as trespassing on private property, I wonder?
I suppose it hardly matters anymore. Adventurers aren't quite so keen on crystal flies nowadays.
What?
The times they are a-changin', eh?
So it would seem.
What are they mumbling about?
Beats me. Like, are those developers who's talking about the improving the crystal fly trap? You may leave at any time. Oh, you can speak?
Such a succulent fragrance of grapes. Ah, this place is heaven. Had I a mouth that could move, I doubt I could resist eating them right off the vine.
This one, the oh my gosh, Hydro Phantom is from the, what was it, summer event, the Mirage. It was in Sumeru, and inside was the Oceanite, which had like memories of people who visited the place. Still there.
This is awesome.
Whoever lives in here must be a person of means indeed. Even in a storybook world like Simulanka, we could never afford such a big estate.
They're still traveling together.
Wait, but this is a world inside a story too, isn't it? Oh, hello! Is something wrong?
My apologies, but the event taking place at Dawn Winery is not open to the public quite yet. Allow me to show you around a different area.
Ah, I see. That's unfortunate.
Oh, it's Noelle! Hey there!
Oh, hello, you two.
How you come to be stationed here?
Miss Alice thought things might get complicated around here, so she said she needed someone capable who could get the job done.
So she flattered her way into dumping a bunch of work on you? Stuff that isn't even related to the Knights at all?
Oh, no. Mr. Diluc was there too. He said he would appreciate some help guiding the tour groups from different worlds that are here to visit.
Tour groups from different worlds? Oh, right! The Golden Apple Archipelago, the Valurian Mirage, Simulanka. The gang's all here!
So basically the Golden Archipelago is different, like space we visited.
Oh, it's all right. I'm happy to help.
Let's leave. And I guess that's all. Do you think I can find them somewhere? Oops. Never mind. Let's go back to not cry. And let's explore and do some quest. Dolphin, what are you doing here? Fantastic, it's just the duo I was waiting for. How did you know we would come here? Have you been following us since we parted at Blue Ember Lake? I was only joking. I came back to visit my parents and just so happened to be running errands here in Pyramida when I spotted the two of you. Paimon, so you have family here? What's strange about that? Just like a raven is born to raven parents, people don't magically appear out of thin air. Well, who's know, right? That's not what Paimon meant, though. Come to think of it, we are not really that close, and Paimon can see how it was kind of personal question. Can I ask a question that isn't so personal? Good idea, Dolphin knows everyone and everything. He just might have the info we need. You recount your experience searching for and finding the proof of the cognoscenti after leaving Blue Ember Lake. So Dolphin, do you have any idea where the last proof might be? I do have. Seeing as it's travel, she will probably be fine. From everything I've heard about your adventures, I believe she should be able to overcome the trial. There's another trial, it isn't going to be impossible. Then why didn't you tell us about it back at Ember? Well, the fact we can meet here again is a sign that our fate are somehow intertwined. Rather than dwell on the past, we should look forward to future. Change of subject. Last proof of the cognoscenti is actually with my grandmother. I'm on my way to visit her now. Why don't you tag along? She just tells stories, but never mind. You will see when we get there. Don't tell me we will find her. Oh no, it's this one lady. You would have to fight her, right? I should probably prepare my team to fight her.
Last time I tried to pet Ashru, the little fluff ball ran away. Someone's not getting their dried fish today.
Well, look who's remembered to visit. Did you take care of that matter for me, you little brat? Of course I did. Would I dare show my face here if I hadn't? This is my grandmother, though. I'd sure she'd rather be known as Helieta, the Black Barrel Hag, than a failed merchant's grandmother. She doesn't look anything like Dolphin at all. She's far too serious. I hear that a lot, but at the end of the day we are family and we are a lot more alike than people think. This is Blue and Paimon. They are already found the other proof of the cognoscenti. So you have already found the other four. Well, that takes some real talent, but I'm afraid you are going to have to let me see that talent for myself. Seeing as that brat brought you in, I won't make things too hard for you. How about we just trade a few moves? Hold on a sec. Something about this doesn't feel right. And what exactly is the problem? If you want to get your hands on the great treasure, you will naturally need to get past me first. She's stubborn old bag of bones, but once she sees what you can do, everything will be on the table. Come on, Blue, it's in your hands now.
Watch and learn. These old bones.
Surge.
Be silent.
Oh, is all? Not bad at all. You do have promise. Here, this is the proof of the cognoscenti you have been seeking. But if you want to claim the great treasure, there's still one final path you will have to tread. Not that it will hold her back, not considering how sharp the little lass is. She's far more fitting there, fitting her to the treasure hoarders than you are, ya useless lump. Her to the treasure hoarders? Me? So, Granny is the treasure hoarder, and Dolphin, you too? Why did music? I guess you could say that. Paimon never would have guessed. Oh, yeah, right. You don't look like a treasure hoarder. Don't tell Paimon you knew about this all along, traveler. Blue, I figured it out pretty quickly. I swear, I had no idea. Don't tell me you didn't explain it to them. Were you really planning to deliver the great treasure to a couple of know-nothings who couldn't tell a treasure hoarder if they introduced themselves and brought them to their grandmother? They've shown they have what it takes to gather the proof of the cognoscenti, and they handled your challenge just fine. In fact, weren't you praising them just now? You little. Alright, don't give yourself a heart attack. I will explain everything to them right now. I will see to it that Blue is willing to be the treasure hoarder's heir, exactly as you want it. And you really think you can make all of that clear to them, lickety slip? What are you so worried about? You won't shut up about how I am just like that good for nothing Bray? Bray? At least I inherited this gift for smooth talking, didn't I? Dolphin leads you to a quiet corner to talk. So, what's really going on here? All we heard is that if we collect all 5 proofs, we can find the great treasure hidden east of the moon, west of the sun. Are you seriously telling Paimon that we'd have to take over as leaders of the treasure hoarders just to get Reed Miller's treasure? Honestly, all this air talk is weirding Paimon out. It's hard to imagine anyone leading the treasure hoarders. Exactly. There are people who call themselves treasure hoarders in every corner of Tiva these days, and that's where the problem lies. While we might be able to face reality, my stubborn old grandmother still dreams of a day when the treasure hoarders can restore their glory from the days of Reed Miller. She fantasies that someone will come along and rally the masses, let the dead bury the dead, and rise to build an Elysium for the hungry and the poor on the wealth of the high and haughty. While most of us have heard how Reed Miller stole from the rich to help the poor, very few know that the treasure hoarders once defended Elysium from the dark abyss. It was the treasure hoarder's golden age. It was the worst of time, and yet somehow it was also the best. I don't know, maybe things are still the same today, but that era has passed, and she will have to accept it someday. You are not wrong, but what are you supposed to do about it? Before we go any further, Blue, are you willing to serve as heir to the treasure hoarders and see that Reed Miller's dream is one day fulfilled? I have my own dreams to fulfill. I just want to inherit the treasure he left behind. Just as I thought. Then how about we do it this way? Let's put on a little show again. That's what you said back at Blue Ember Lake. Sure, you help us get the proof of the cognoscenti back then, but who knows when when you will use those same sneaky tricks on us. Why would I do something to toward you when you are already such good friends? When we are already such a good friends. Now, instead of being suspicious, how about we focus on what we are going to say? You have brief discussion with Dolphin about how to convince Julieta. According to Dolphin, simply mentioning the name Aurelian should be enough to gain her trust, and if she ever brings up the name Brahe, all you have to say is that you don't agree with his methods. As for who these two people actually are, Dolphin says it's a long story and promises to explain everything in detail when he gets the chance. Arvelian? I think Bryce is brother? Like Dolphin's brother? Who knows? So, what do you say, little lass? Are you in? I will fulfill Arvelian's dream. Good, that's the spirit. If it weren't for the little brat acting just like that good-for-nothing Brahe, the proof of the cognoscenti would have been scattered in a lost for so long. We are nothing like Dolphin or that Brahe Macaulay fellow. You can rest assured. Even I have to admit that Blue is the most suitable candidate to inherit the great treasure. Then it's settled. All that's left is for you to retrieve the great treasure. At the treasure site, you will likely run into a few tricks left behind by that good-for-nothing. Huh! I'm sure you will be able to handle anything he came up with. Paimon still has no idea where east of the moon, west of the sun could be. Oh, that. Well, it's beyond the horizon, yet so close you can touch it. Also, I won't be joining you for the next trial. So, here's wishing you all the best. Still, I'll be in Pyramida for a little while longer, so please let me know if everything goes well. I'm counting on the both of you. Huh. Hurry, retrieve the great treasure, which I believe will be here. I wanna see just proof of oh my gosh. Oh, this one. Stain with rust. The founder. Let's open it. Let's sit down and check it out. I wonder what's here. Weasels are here. Hi. Sorry. Suspicious note. Gold is noble and silver bright, but which metal would truly please the iron-faced gatekeeper's sight? As the saying goes, like coal to like, so perhaps the answer is already good and dried. Line of tiny text is written in the corner of the notice, easy to miss if one isn't paying attention. And if all else fail, winning by brute force still makes you the hero. But I think I will go with silver. Which one opens the door? Oh, of course, it's just radish. And potato, pick up metal key, golden, silver. I would use metal key. Wait, can I pick all of them? And I use this one. And what about those keys? Never. My gosh, whole family of weasels live here. Why did I grab an explosive barrel? Oh. Probably on purpose. Within this little plot, both danger and luck are found to tell the fake from real. Look where the strange rock lights the ground. Strange rock lights the ground. Line of tiny text. That main gate is locked down hard, so don't bother trying until the skies fall apart. Where the rock I'm not sure if this one or... Oh, thank you. Oops.
they run from home too.
Oh, shine. Mm.
Not to be sniffed at.
Mm.
They call this a pleasant surprise, right?
A fateful offering. Into the wind!
Oh my gosh. And I don't know, shouldn't Jean have this sword? Oops. Stubborn weasel dig the dirt. It's hurried from unseen. The key is given darkly, where the moving shadow screen. Let clutching iron coin falls and held right at its feet. A forceful climb may yet yield a bounty sweet. The little ones have picky taste, so use what they like to tease out their trays. Well,
Wherever in this world.
so where is the coin? I cannot put it.
I roam. I carry
Oh.
memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth. The wind knows it.
Oh.
One with nature.
Oh, this one is special. I guess he likes meat. Fresh chunk of meat. Oh, wait. Place. It's actually brought a key. Yeah, thank you. Is it me or this one looks special? So shiny. So, another weasel thief statue. Couple of special iron coins. I need 2 more. Heck. To you, my esteemed guest, who has gathered all the proof of the cognoscenti, if you are reading this note, it means that you have successfully solved my puzzle. Congratulations, well done. Now, the legendary great treasure you're looking for is right in front of you. You are welcome. Please enjoy yourself. These unclaimed riches are the spoils due to the cognoscenti. However, as the founder of the treasure hoarders, I would like to give you one more piece of advice. No matter who you are, exposing mountains of wealth to the light of day, floundering it in pursuit of glory and vanity, thereby attracting the envy and covetous eyes of countless onlookers. It is not a wise move. Please, take these treasures, which belongs to you alone, away quietly. Then remove this note and pretend you never found anything. Let people believe that the proof of the cognoscenti still lies scattered across every corner of this continent, awaiting to be gathered by those fortunate few chosen by fate. Let the story continue to circulate. Let those who dream of sudden riches continue their hard work. This way, the wealth you have obtained after countless trials still sit much more safely in your hands. Master Thief Reed Miller. Can you imagine that he trained all these weasel thieves? And like even after we use this valve, they will over time again fill this cave to the fullest, you know, so whoever come after us could like have the valves again. Brass note. The arrangement of the treasure vault is pretty much complete. Without the help of these little weasel friends, I'd have no idea how to transport so many iron coins here without anyone noticing. So, to commemorate their service and hard work, I will call these little critters weasel thieves and grant them the title of official treasure hoarders from now on. Just kidding. If Miss Alia knew in the afterlife that I was giving wild weasels such absurd names, she'd probably jump right out of the pillar of Embra. Oh, and beat me up. There's no way I can call them that. Unless, of course, I were to write poetry in the future and fail to come up with any other names. Or if no other names would make the rhyme and meter work. I have to say, Father had a real eye for hiding secret founds. This place is so well concealed that not only would it be unlikely for anyone to stumble upon it, even wild weasels would have a hard time squeezing in here without guidance. It's such pity that this foresight has only ever extended so far. Even when Rothbang used him up to the hilt, he never harbored the slightest suspicion. Ultimately, the secret founds he hid here back then were only stolen because those two old geezers, Arvelian and Sylvester, came snooping around and coaxed the world out of me. By Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, I was only 5 years old, two young men playing good cops and bad cops, using both carrot and stick to get a 5-year-old to talk. What normal human could come up with that? Actually, forget humans, what normal fae, Jean, Seelie, Spectre, Lockfolk, Phantasm, or whatever creature would even think of this? Secret heirs of the Frostmourne science, indeed. What rotten immortal behavior. Father chewed me out for 3 days afterward, and even the petrichor vacation I'd been promised could wash out. That said, that place could wash out later too. What's more infuriating is that when I brought this up to Sylvester a while ago, he actually claimed he couldn't recall how he'd decided deceive me back then. Just that Aurelian claim to the children to lead better lives. I completely understand their thoughts and actions. Return all the wealth Father had plundered to those poor children. It was the right thing to do, but really, did they have to do it through me? Was I really the sole avenue through which a breakthrough could have been made, gentlemen? Besides, and Sylvester probably doesn't know this, the secret funds they stole pretending to be chivalrous outlaws who robbed the rich to help the poor were begging father's coffin in less than 3 days, several times the original amount extorted from other sources. Those self-important profiteers can always rake in wealth without lifting a finger, while the venal sycophants who surround them twisted into proof of their masters initiate diligence and wisdom. No one could become that rich otherwise, surely. Oh my gosh, that's so long. The game of robbing the rich to feed the poor only adds weight to the shackles of the impoverished. As Miss Alia's terrifyingly gloomy sister once told me, no matter how pure the water of goodwill, if it falls on soil poisoned with malice, seeds of evil are the only things that will grow. Aurelian probably realized this eventually, but his Elysium, no matter how firmly he believed it existed on earth, remained much too far from those truly suffering in poverty. After all, how can someone who has never known a moment of kindness, someone constantly insulted and harmed, be expected to believe they should love their neighbor, or even their enemies? Neither Aurelian nor Miss Isla had ever answered that question. They both kind people who imagined people to be better than they really were, believing that virtues and ideals could overcome the evil bred by circumstances. Unfortunately, I am just selfish nobleman, and I lack their kindness. I suspect Aurelian felt the same. After all, in his eyes, there has probably only ever been one truly kind noble in this world. The things I witness leave me unable to hold such idealistic confidence in human nature. It's barely been a decade since Miss Isla's sacrifice, and those bandits who scattered like frightened birds and beasts have already begun brazenly misusing Aurelian's world to justify their atrocities against the innocent, whether it's wandering merchants barely scraping by or overworked laborers starving for their next meal. Anyone could be branded a lucky of princess or a traitor who betrayed his brothers and neighbors, and therefore ripe for their noble robbery. Those who came before overcame evil with noble ideals. Now the bandits who claim to be their successors wave the same banner, declaring that anyone who opposes them is an enemy of those noble ideals, thus embodying the very evil that was once defeated. I can send the bandit who committed atrocities in the name of Reed Miller and oppressed the laboring poor to the Eye of Karate. Oh. Where they will sleep with the fishes for good. In fact, I have already done so. But what about after I die? Who can guarantee that those once noble ideals won't be twisted into crimes even I can't imagine? Al-Ahmar could not guarantee it. Eremite could not guarantee it. Shabalanke could not guarantee it. The noble lord of Monstad aristocracy failed to guarantee it, nor can the Frostmourne Science guarantee it. And some so-called master thief, Reed Miller, will surely fail to guarantee it. Evil comes from humanity as naturally as honey from a hive. I am neither Aurelia nor Sylvester nor Miss Isla, who enchants me so. I cannot place all my hope in human nature the way they did. I don't want the name of Master Thief Reed Miller to fade into history, forgotten by all. What's more, I don't want the name and the ideals to once stood off, to be twisted by future villains and revealed by the public. Hence, there is only one solution I can think of. Let these so-called ideals be buried by history. Let us smother them beneath countless contradictory, absurd, laughable yet irresistible stories until every trace of meaning is worn away and only a sweeping legend remains. This way, anyone who commits evil in our name will never be mistaken for a serious idealist. Rather, they shall be dismissed as childish dreamers, drunk on romantic tales. Greed always outlaws ideals. At least that's what I believe. As long as the tale of the great treasure continues to be told, there will always be gamblers dreaming of making a fortune overnight, repeating the name of the master thief Reed Miller endlessly. Better a harmless name, one that lets the poor laugh from the heart, one that gives them just a little more courage to face tomorrow, than a banner that villains would seek to climb. If the rebels of some future age truly need a new banner, they will find a hero who belongs to their own time, and whatever that hero's name will be, it should never be Master Thief Reed Miller. Where are those coins? I need those coins and it's so deep. I saw it somewhere. Look for the strange iron coins. Oops. Where's all the more? This is just Bancho. I never imagined that someone would find a treasure vault just 3 weeks after I set it up. What surprised me even more was that I actually recognized the person. I never thought I ran into him here. Dmitry Budrovich something, trusted aide of the Grand Duke Filipov, third-class military officer, chief instructor of Snezhnaya Royal Military Academy. If I remember correctly, he was promoted to this position the year Avril enrolled, occupying said cushy, lucrative position until the Kenria disaster. He would even host foreign dignitaries occasionally, such as Commander-in-Chief of Fontaine's Great White Armada, the Grandmaster of Monstad, Knight of Favonius. In short, he was a real show-off. According to official record, he had long since died alongside His Majesty the Tsar, sacrificing himself for the nation. Not that this is anything new, even Aurelian once appeared as deceased in the records. One can always rely on the unreliability of Snezhnaya's civil system. What surprised me was that the old man before me seemed almost entirely different from the spirited, haughty, and overbearing officer I once remembered. I don't know what he endured, but he looked far more gaunt and aged than his years. The moment he saw me, his first instinct was to draw his sword and strike. Luckily, I reached in time, burying his blade with Aurelian's gauntlet and shouting his name. He froze for a moment, muttering incoherently for a while. It was as if he hadn't used human speech in ages. Finally, he forced out his first face, asking who I was. Do you think like that this could be... Wait, who was it? Commander-in-Chief. What is his name? Dmitry. Do you think that Dmitry is Flint's? Like, according to official record, he died by the Tsar side, and we know that Flint's Anyway, I spent long time talking with the old man. He said he no longer remembered me, but he remembered my father's name, of course. He'd abandoned his own noble title and name long ago, choosing instead to spend the rest of his life protecting the children at the borderlands, those homeless children wandering through wastelands. At first I thought he built a shelter. I didn't realize the children had never even seen him. He slew the wicked villains who sought to harm them out of their sight. As for why he did it, what truly happened in Kenria, and how he ended up in Outcry, he refused to say. Naturally, I didn't press further. The old man had absolutely no interest in treasure, and hadn't even heard of the rumors I spread about the great treasure. He simply felt that something was off about this place. Suspecting it was a slaver's camp and following his instinct, stormed in with the intention of taking me out of the spot. After I finished explaining the thought process behind the treasure vault, the old man fell silent for a moment. He said that if a student had proposed such a ridiculous scheme back when he was chief instructor, he would have thrown it straight back and ordered them to start over. As for now, he didn't finish speaking, simply leaving in silence. The old man's right. If someone else were to stumble in here the same way, guided by nothing but sharp instinct, then this entire plan would be pointless. I need a way to make this place nearly impossible to find, yet draw people towards more attainable goals. I've got an idea, but first I need to talk to Ayla and see if she's willing to help me. She probably would. After all, turning the story of Master Thief Raid Miller into the proof of the cognoscenti at last, that's what I will call it for now, would also serve as a tribute to Miss Ayla. My. Where can I get the... Did I get it? The mall? Oh.
Wayne. You're my target!
The sky's clear. The glazed moon shines. Smite the dust.
Sunder!
Whoa.
That's number 5. Oops. Look at that ship. There was a ship under all that.
If you want it, it's yours.
Sure, I want it. Rumors about proof of the cognoscenti have been spread. Once people know that the key exists, they won't go out of their way to find alternative means of entry. All I have to do is fabricate a few tales of treasure hunters who tried to keep shortcut but came up empty-handed, then spread them under the name of Brahe the Bard and Grand Duke Trubetskoy. That should be more than enough to convince future generations of the necessity of seeking the proof. Like his greedy father, the new Grand Duke heard rumors of the treasure and schemed to seize even the gifts the master thief had left for the poor. And what magnificent treasure was it, more splendid than the gold of Hisi, more dazzling than the silver of Kitezgrad. Even the flesh and blood of the Lord of Geo could scarcely measure its worth. Such was the vast hoard of iron coin that the master thief left behind, wealth enough to shake the very economy of the northern lands. Wait, that's not right. If I were to list the treasure's context outright, some people would lose interest. Such was the treasure that the master thief left behind, wealth enough to shake the very economy of the northern lands. Even a bard with such nimble lips and silver tongue as I could scarcely recount it in full. Alright, it will do. And lastly, I will spin something about how the new Grand Duke was effortlessly bested by the Master Thief companion, a beauty known as Vactales. As long as it's written in a sufficiently dashing manner, I'm sure Miss Ayla wouldn't mind. Look, it mentions Brahe over here. Looks like he was the one who made these records. So iron coins were really the currency here back in the days. That means a mountain of these things could truly be called a great treasure. If only we'd come here a few hundred years ago, we'd be rich, but iron coins aren't worth much more these days. As they say, value lies in scarcity. Exactly. So if we can find this prototype iron coin he wrote about, collectors are sure to go crazy for it. Paimon bets we could get a pretty penny for that one. Too bad we don't know where it's buried. Are we really supposed to dig up this whole place by ourselves? We will get a dressing down from the back barrel hack if we don't. You're right, we mustn't get on the wrong side of her. You might be able to handle her attacks, but Paimon will have to fly far away. Speaking of the Black Barrel hack, now that Paimon has seen Boraha's notes and all these iron coins, she finally understands why the old lady wants to bring back the good old days. To her, those days must have been the real Elysium. Paimon thinks we are living in a pretty wonderful time too. You and Paimon, all these friends we have met on our journey. This is our golden age. That's probably how Tolkien feels as well. He chose not to share the full history of the treasure hoarders with us because he didn't want us to bear the weight of expectation. It looks like this adventure ends here. Getting all 5 proofs wasn't easy, and Paimon knows it was far from fruitful journey, but she can't help feeling a little disappointed. By the way, why do you think this ship's here? Perhaps it sank under the weight of the greed it could not bear. Maybe it's a ship of dream that ran around before it ever set sail. That must mean this is the treasure hoarder's secret dock. Hundreds of years have passed now, and the local geography changed. Paimon figures it's probably never going to get the chance. That's such shame, even though this ship is hundreds of years old, it still looks almost new. Traveling would be so much easier if we had a boat as big as this. I'll be captain, and Paimon, you can be chef. Aye, aye, Captain Blue, trying the jeep to the mizzenmast and raising the port side anchor to the load line. Captain, convincing Paimon. Take the helm and let's sail. Oh, here is
The Adeptus arts are most miraculous. But unless one first cultivates the mind before cultivating these arts, all their feats will be like the moon's reflection on water, shattering at the slightest touch. Mathematics is the foundation of all things. If you're interested, I can teach you some arithmetic. First, hold out both your hands. We'll start with the 10 fingers. The whole world shares the bounty of the skies, the rain and clouds that grace the earth beneath. The moon was never meant to be a foreign realm.
So, I'm here, sorry. Let's get the helm. Bounty. Oh no. Where are they from? Oh, they are from Snezhnograd. That kid with the conch shell struck me. Suits me. Even if seems that Elysium is different from everyone. Like, duh, right? But it should be let us dolphin.
There is no harm in claiming forsaken possessions.
They were from Snezhnograd. And like we saw in the comics that the Snezhnaya is really rotten with the nobles, and they like were cheering for the games of the child. There was something like that. Let's go to dolphin. Have you two found a treasure? If you mean pile of old iron coins, all of those where we find them, they're on top. Oh, now you tell him what happened and with the ship. For some reason, they left behind some sort of raven insignia. It seems the Earth remembers far more than we could even imagine. A storyteller, I can't help but feel humbled by that. After all, human's life is fleeting and all history is prone to errors. Some stories may even be lost forever. Yet the Earth's memory, no doubt, remains true. I think it could only have been Aurelian who left that raven insignia. You may be more familiar with another of his name, Reed Miller. You mean that was the legendary thief? Paimon would never have guessed by looking at him. From what you describe, The things you saw almost certainly happened before the treasure hoarders were even formed. It's said that back then he liked to play the role of heroic thief with his military academy buddies, stealing from the rich and helping the poor. In fact, the Raven insignia was derived from the family crest of his noble-born academic classmate. But it's all in the past, so I shan't bore you with the details anyway. Seeing as our fates appears to be intertwined, how about you two take this raven insignia as a keepsake? Why do I feel like Tolfin is some kind of fae? Maybe from Snezhnaya, seem like flints. I assume accepting this doesn't automatically make me treasure hoarder here. There's no need to worry, like I said, the golden age of the treasure hoarders is over. However, there is still one slight problem. My stubborn grandmother seems to have taken liking to you. If she ever asks you for a friendly sparring match, please don't turn her down, and don't pull your punches either. She's so much stronger than a regular old lady. We wouldn't dream of doing anything but plumbering her with everything we have got. Well then, the great treasure buried east of the moon, west of the sun has been claimed by a pair of remarkable adventurers, and this performance too has come to its close. Allow me to play you a tune to express my wish that every step of your journey be filled with mystery, and every path may bring you jubilation. Okay, what's the matter? Something else? How, like, he knows that the coin belonged to his noble friend emblem, like, is this his friend? Is he Fae? Immortal Fae? How does he know? Iron coin were a form of currency issued by Aurelian, that is, the very first Reed Miller. He believed that in a world without divisions, in an Elysium where no one went hungry or suffered from the cold, people should not be relying on wealth bestowed and governed by the gods to help each other. He believed that people should be the masters of wealth, not its slave, and even if mastering the heart of gold might be an impossible task, everyone should have the right to wield the wealth that belonged to all to begin with. But as you both can see, the iron coin he imbued with meaning quickly became worthless scrap metal after his death. Oh, and also in the note he left behind, he said that the official papers where it said that someone is dead and he was like standing in front of him is not true. So I believe he was Fae. Become worthless scrap metal after his death, largely due to the very people he had placed his faith in. Oh, and by the way, there's another piece of info that came to me on the wind, though I cannot guarantee its veracity. And since I have no way to verify it, please take it as you will. In Snezhnaya, there's a Fatoi harbinger with rather practical obsession. He seeks to create more perfect economic order in this world. Unfortunately, he is not collector of iron coins, otherwise you might be able to make a whole fortune in Mora by selling these to him. Who is Dolphin? Read Miller. The name was merely an alias and mask to hide one's true identity. The poor Miller was a figure of admiration, while to the nobles a very mention of him would draw curses and swearing, but it was never the name of just one person. Even among the earliest treasure hoarders, there were already 3 individuals who went by the name Reed Miller, and that doesn't even include those who later choose to pose as Miller for one reason or another. Why, just last week I had run in with 2 petty thieves, both calling themselves Miller, who attempt to steal my harp, but that's story for another time. Putting the latter-day pretenders aside, I do know a thing or two about the original trio, so which of the 3 are you asking about? About the first, second, and third. The first to use this alias was Aurelian. I have mentioned him to you before. He was orphan who was adopted by a rank and file military officer named Miknenko after losing both his parents. As a result, he was able to attend the Snezhnaya Royal Military Academy. Interestingly, according to officials' record, shortly after Aurelian became a non-commissioned officer, he died in the line of duty. Died. For unknown reason, perhaps this was his way of getting out of the military, although I can't say it for sure. Whatever the reason, he surfaced in Notcry few years later under the name Reed Miller, gathering the destitute who lived on the fingers of society into band that became the first treasure hoarders. At the time, they recognized this young man from who knows where as their leader, believing that he would free them from their shackles and build an Elysium where all would stand equal. Unfortunately, even I cannot say what his true motive was not, nor can I tell you much about how the treasure hoarders operated at this time. Maybe he had a grand tree, maybe, like my grandmother, he possessed a strong, unshakable faith. Or maybe he harbored some other darker, more personal motives he couldn't share with anyone. Alright, please don't tell my grandmother. But okay, but if he is a fae, does it mean that actually it makes sense that he would have grandmother and stuff like that. Maybe she's also a fae, she can fight, who's know how old she is. How would he get all of this knowledge? about the insignia and everything, like since he wasn't there, right? Anyhow, all of that happened 5 centuries ago for most people. The only thing known about the very first treasure hoarder is what eventually became of him, which was death by execution in Snezhnograd. Although he had never been captured by the authorities before, he was convinced by a noble friend to walk away from his organization, leave everything behind, and go to Snezhnograd supposedly to explain himself to the Belate Tsar or something like that. But like the insignia, I mean the Flynn is related to the ravens, no? Unsurprisingly, he was promptly sent to his death without so much as a glimpse of the Tsar. That's why I say thieves and nobles don't belong together. It only ever ends in tragedy. Putting the latter they pretend aside, I do know a thing or two about the original trio. I really wonder. Like, it's so weird.
Each time the snow falls, that is the call of Snezhnaya, the land whence I hail. We seem to have covered quite some distance together. I am reminded of an age when both the Fae and humans roamed free in Snezhnaya. Our races share many things in common, and I once presumed that we must share a similar ancestry. Now, I believe that what truly unites us is a common spirit. The spirit that gives rise to all things good and kind.
I don't know. Oh, so Nikita is a boy? Like male? Mm. Skeleton jigsaw. I don't know. It's so confusing, the whole lore and everything. So confusing.
My oh my. The final product has exceeded all my expectations. If anyone actually does stumble in here by mistake, I'm sure they will be truly awe-inspired by this mage's might.
If someone really does end up here by accident, will you guide them to fulfill their wishes?
Well, that all depends on the sort of person they are. Guidance can encourage complacency and entitlement if you're not careful. If someone is eager to rely on their own abilities like you do, then I'll gladly help them. But if they're the type of person who pins all their hopes on the mage's power while doing none of the work themselves...
Would you really turn them into a statue?
No, nothing like that. But I would guide them out of this place to the nearby Curatorium of Secrets. I'm sure Nefer would know how to deal with them much better than I do. Those who seek to reap without sowing ought to pay the price, don't you think?
Oh. So it's built up already.
Building my mage's lodge was quite a rewarding experience. But as everyone knows, there is actually not that I'm looking to build a... And that is why I must expand my...
this is done. Oh. It's here. Is it the cave with the treasure? How did I miss it? The feather, which is Dust of Enlightenment, is, I don't know, not my favorite, kind of useless. I would rather get the ink. Oh. The elixir, sorry, not ink. And I can open this one. Since I'm here. And I will be ending. How is it treasure? Somewhere under. Reserve beneath. Oh, no. Like, should I? Oh. Wait. Did I miss it? What's here? Oh. Silver's departed in the end. This should be the last time I return here to Pen Note. I was planning to burn everything I've written before, but after burning half of it, I thought about it and gave up on the endeavor. Better to leave something behind, because apart from this, there's really nothing else. In accordance with his own wishes, his funeral was remarkably quiet. The handful of lightkeepers he trained personally shed no tears for him, which is understandable. If I could live to his age, free from illness and disasters, returning peacefully to the earth, I wouldn't want others to weep for me either. Besides, lightkeepers are well accustomed to parting with the dead. Ayla didn't come to his funeral. I assumed she had no idea, so I made special trip to his island. The place had been nearly demolished, with only the central Grand Temple and the tower to the north remaining. Her maid, whose name I cannot recall, though I remember Ayla saying that she was an adopted orphan from foreign land, spoke to me timidly, saying that the Lady Moonchanter had long known of my coming and was aware of the Lightkeeper's affair. She had no intention of seeing me and asked me to leave. If she doesn't want to see me, so be it. Not that there'd be much to say if we did meet anyway. Where is it? Higher? Oh. How did I miss this? Oh. This is the shrine. Oh. I'm just blind.
Did they run from home too?
And here was some where is the... Oh, here it is. Oh, I see. So, where else is some treasure? No. I know about this one. This is completed. Oh, and wait, maybe I have key to the shrine. But don't think so. Never mind.
The Adeptus arts are most miraculous.
So, I will end it here. Find where the other quests are, and then we'll continue. So, see you later. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.